What is up, you guys? My name is Reginald Whigham. I am the host for today's episode on Singers, Nerds, and Homies. With me, I have my two friendly guests. I have Jesstina Torres, and I have Michael Lausell. What is up, you guys?
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. How's everybody doing? How's it been?
Good. Also, you're slamming the table like crazy.
You know, I'm just excited to be here, you guys. I'm just really happy to be here with you guys. Anyhow, how's it been since we last had our podcast? What are we feeling? What are we thinking?
I'm excited. I'm still excited. You know what I mean? So I'm just ready to keep going forward.
Yeah. So in today's episode, we're going to be mixing it up between film topics and singing topics, since we have Michael, the film buff, and we have Jesstina, your local music major. And we're going to get started. So for starters, Michael, what is something you want to talk about in today's episode?
I mean, like film-wise, it's getting kind of crazy a little bit right now. It's getting kind of new. I don't know how to explain it, but so according to Deadline, apparently a new Scarface project is being in the works.
Okay.
And apparently Danny Ramirez, I don't know if you know who that guy is. He played Falcon in the new Captain America. Apparently he is attached to the project to play the lead. So
it's interesting.
Okay.
here's the thing. I've seen the original
Yes.
Scarface. It's a classic, all-time favorite. Not all-time favorite, but it's like incredibly like an incredible film. And I don't know, it just feels unnecessary though at the same time.
Do you think so?
All the like remakes everybody's doing nowadays, nothing's new.
There's nothing wrong with remakes. It just depends on how you go about it. Because it's like with reboots, it's a hit or miss.
Right.
You know, like for example, like Creed. That's definitely been a hit. You know, I don't know I can't name a flop or like a bad like reboot right off the bat. Probably like the 2015 Fantastic Four. That's the thing that could just pop up in my head.
Yeah.
But with Scarface, I don't know, man. And to be honest, with Danny Ramirez, he seems cool. He seems chill. He did a great job as Falcon. I just don't know further beyond his other roles that could be like, oh, okay, he could pull it off. Also, we have a fly in here.
There is a fly, so if you see Jesstina going like this, you know, there's a fly.
They are
in here, you
nasty.
guys.
They eat poop. Okay.
We're gonna address the fly in the room. For sure. The flies. Dude.
That's the topic. The fly.
We're starting off strong.
The birds, the bats.
Birds, bats, and flies. Scabies, ticks, and fleas. I don't know.
I was naming movies.
I think it just feels like we're kind of in a recession with Hollywood films.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we'll get a decent film, but for the most part, coming out of COVID in the 2020s, we've just been getting a lot of reboots, and they haven't been really successful.
It's like I said, it's like 50-50. It's either
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would imagine, like, if they're gonna do it right, they would probably at least have Al Pacino do some sort of a cameo in the film.
That's true, but at the same time, the dude's like
You can't not have an Al Pacino film without Al Pacino in it. You know.
I mean, plus I don't even know who's gonna be directing it, because like I don't know if you could top off like Brian De Palma, man, because he did like, you know, the OG Carrie. You know, he did the very first Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
That's what I was
That'd be
surprised about.
difficult then.
Yeah, when he did, I didn't like not only he did Scarface, but he did the very first Mission Impossible movie. I was like, that sounds very out of pocket, but it's kind of cool at the same time. It's badass at the same time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't even know if he's in. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what's up. So, and then another thing that just happened, Chris Columbus, the original director for the first two Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
Apparently, he had a pretty big opinion on the new series that's being shot right now.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently,
I can't contribute.
like he questions whether the series is like bringing anything new, considering that apparently the costumes that they're using for the new show, they're using the original, like actual original costumes from the original films.
Like they pulled from the archive?
I'm assuming so.
Okay.
I'm assuming so, and they're using the exact same costumes. And I think this is like a quote from him. He's like, what's the point? That's literally what he said. Like, what's the point? I mean, to be honest, I want to say it's nothing wrong with using the OG costume. I know, fly.
Sorry. It was
I
in my
know.
face.
I know. I don't blame you. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using the costumes, but like at the same time, we need to see if the creators and the showrunners are putting their own like adding something new or doing something new with it. There's
Yeah.
obviously being true to the actual original material is
Yeah.
one thing, but also you have to make it something new and refreshing. You know, I mean, same thing with Alien Romulus. I was like kind of iffy about that when it was being developed. I was like, oh, I don't know, but when I saw it, it's like a good mixture of like of being strong to the previous material, to the original material, but also having its own like little spin, their own like take on it.
Yeah, and the good thing about the Alien Romulus movie was that they were diving into practical effects, which is starting to get scarce now in Hollywood because everybody's about the AI, the CGI, and stuff.
Weapons.
Yeah. So for aliens to tap back into, you know, like an actor wearing the xenomorph suit and being the alien, and then creating those crawlers.
I mean, even just the alien robot itself is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Also, random thing, I knew it was a good idea for me to show you Prometheus before we saw Romulus. Because it helps you get some insight.
That's the only one I saw though of all the alien stuff.
What?
That one.
You never seen the OG?
I haven't. I'm surprised I haven't actually.
Yeah.
I'm so into sci-fi though, so it just didn't make sense why I haven't seen it.
Aliens, yes. Yeah. 3, Resurrection, I don't know. I haven't seen those, to be honest. But I'm like, is it really worth it?
You'd be like, wow, Michael the film buff, not having seen a movie.
I know.
Wow.
I've seen stuff, but I also, at the same time, I haven't seen stuff that needs to be seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking of things that haven't been seen by Michael, let's talk about K-pop Demon Hunters, local and global phenomenon.
yeah, that's true.
So what's up with that? You know, Mr. Film Buff over here, and we've all seen it here in the studio, but you haven't.
Let me get my pretentious film buff.
Tell us about that. You know,
there's nothing compelling about the essence.
Nothing compelling about
of K-pop Demon Hunter. That already sounds kind of like childish. Just saying that.
Well,
and I'm playing, right?
I know, but like I feel like you should see it either way because of the success it has. There's so many good messages in there.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't really have the desire to watch it. Like
there's a lot of people who didn't have the desire. They just watched it and they ended up liking it a lot more than they thought they were.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. Don't get me wrong. It's just I just haven't gotten around to it though.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
But I know you're somebody that tends to like look at reviews before you watch a movie. You know, see if it like pulls like critic interest and stuff. But the movie has done very well since they finally brought it to the box office and the movie theaters. And it's the #1 animated film on Netflix of all time, by the way. That's a new record. And the one particular song, Golden, that they did for the film literally is #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. And apparently there hasn't been a #1 girl group song on the Billboard Hot 100 since Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
So we're talking early 2000s, like 2 decades, you guys.
That's amazing. I mean, yeah. I mean,
very successful movie, Michael.
I'm not denying it. I mean, I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm just
But I mean, there's talks about like, would this have done good if it just was in theaters alone?
Yeah.
You know? Oh my God.
Do you think they would try to do a live action adaptation?
Oh, please no.
There's talks about it, but I don't think they should. And then here's the thing too, because we're in a day and age where everything is so like streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is like at your fingertips. I feel like the movie wouldn't have done as well in the movie theaters, since you bring that up.
Yeah.
Because not as many people, would have been able to afford to go see in the movie theaters. So having it just, on a platform like Netflix, everybody that has Netflix, anybody in the world can watch it. And so it reaches a wider range of audience than just the theaters. And so, but because of the phenomenon that it became, and people wanting it to be in the theaters. I wish they did more than one weekend, but
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
one weekend alone, like every theater selling out, everybody, having a good time seeing the movie. So it's very successful still.
I mean, now they're talking about putting Frankenstein or like also Greta Gerwig's Narnia in
Yeah.
theaters now.
Did it finish production?
Frankenstein
Frankenstein is
No, I'm talking about
Done.
Narnia.
It's
No,
done,
no, I'm talking about Narnia.
no, I don't
Narnia,
think
I
that's
don't think
done.
so. No.
Honestly, despite all those things, all of them, to be honest, have nothing against, like, they got nothing on Odyssey. Because, dude, they sold tickets way far in advance and it's sold out like that. I'm like,
Here's
dude.
the thing, though. We can't talk about Odyssey just yet
Yeah.
because there's not much for us to talk about.
Even from
We're-
the trailer,
we saw the
there wasn't
trailer.
that much.
Yeah, there
it
wasn't
gives
much in the
you.
trailer. So we're anticipating
Yeah.
the success of the movie without actually having much to discuss about the movie. Versus stuff like Frankenstein, it's like we all know the story of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And we all know everybody that's like cast in the movie. We know the director.
And there's like 3 other adaptations going to come out this year, right?
Yeah, there's
Frankenstein?
yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Really?
Frankenstein and then
Guillermo
there's
del Toro, freaking.
That's the
but
Frankenstein.
then they're doing one about the bride again.
And then there's one with Christian Bale as Frankenstein as
Yeah,
well.
that's the bride one.
The bride one? Okay. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, well, tell me about the Bride of Frankenstein.
I don't really know much. I only know
There's-
there's 3 Sorry.
Really? Okay.
I didn't know there's. All I know is there's only 3. There's like 3 other. No, 3 in total Frankenstein projects that are coming out in the year.
Okay.
Different directors, different actors, different creatives.
Okay.
I don't know about the bride. They haven't really talked too much about it.
Uh-huh.
I forgot who's directing it. It's a woman.
Isn't Jacob Elordi in the Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro. Yeah. But I didn't know that there were other iterations of Frankenstein coming out.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminds me of what was that? Last year or a couple years ago, Disney was doing a live action Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
And then literally at the same time that Disney was coming out with their Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro, he released his Pinocchio, and they were back to back, and I was like, oh my gosh, like who's the better? Like I haven't seen either of them, but
I haven't either.
I do like Guillermo del Toro. I love his visions when he does his movies. I still think about being when I was a young child and having seen his Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
That left an impact on me as a child. I was like, wow. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys gave your opinions on the whole Chris Columbus using the same exact costumes for the Harry Potter series. I don't think you talked about that.
I don't necessarily have an opinion on it yet. I'm okay with it, honestly, because, the costumes are just sitting in archives.
Yeah.
So if they have it, why make new ones? Because one of the popular things to do in the realm of costuming
Yeah.
is to repurpose what might have been used before. And so I think the costumes will do they'll be a great addition to the telling of the Harry Potter story with however the vision is for this show that's going to come out. I don't necessarily have any negative aspects about it, just because with the amount of stuff that I've done with costuming myself for productions, I have from back to back repurposed stuff, just so it gets its use, and it works.
Yeah.
What about you, Jesstina?
I just second that. I don't really have an opinion though either because I've only seen the first Harry Potter movie.
Which is
so it's
fine.
like I don't know how much of it like is contributing to like the story and all that. And I don't know. Do we really need a series of Harry Potter after all the movies?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against the show. I mean, I'm just curious. Like, if it's good, then it's
No,
good.
yeah,
If it's
Like
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I would tune into that. And the other thing too that we could bring up too is it's really uncommon for costumers to hold on to what is called contemporary garments, which is like what we're wearing right now. Just basic shirts and pants and stuff, just because it's so modern and easily obtainable.
Yeah.
So anything like the robes, like Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, what have you, just those are so specific.
Yeah.
To the realm of Harry Potter, but also at the same time they're unique to that project anyways.
Yeah.
So why not reuse them?
Yeah.
So as of right now, it's kind of like a we'll wait and see.
Yeah, that's. Speaking of that, speaking of waiting and seeing, so I have another thing as well. So apparently, I don't know if I should name drop this person. It's so apparently like a box office analyst. Apparently he like based on his opinion, apparently he believes that Supergirl could earn more than the new Spider-Man movie that's gonna come out around the same time, through word of mouth. I'm like, that's like first of all, both of them haven't even finished shooting.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, I mean, I guess if I don't know how legitimate this person is. How like, because apparently I don't even know what a box office analyst does exactly, but like that's way far ahead.
I think it's because a lot of people feel like Marvel has been flopping over the past couple years. That
They
like,
have.
There's good or there's like bad. It's like there's not really any in between either.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like people think it's just gonna flop right away. The new Spider-Man, you know.
The one thing I am kind of concerned about is that this is a new director for Spider-Man. It's not the one. It's not the one who did No Way Home.
Yeah, that's.
But at the same time, we have more like. Also, we have like other characters coming in, like the Punisher and the Hulk, which is like, it's like, you know, so and so. It's like 50-50. You know what I mean?
But touching back on the whole Supergirl versus a Spider-Man situation, I think the reason why Supergirl could be more successful than Spider-Man is because of that. I believe it was an end credit scene in the Superman movie, and so we got to actually see Supergirl, and we got a glimpse of her character.
Yeah.
And she was a very relatable character to all of us that are in our like 20s, you know, early 30s, and so on, just based on her personality alone. And so just having that was enough to be like, okay, like this is something I want to see. Versus the Spider-Man movie where it's like, okay, another Spider-Man movie. It's like, yes, each plot of each Spider-Man movie is different, but it's like we're kind of running out of ideas here.
Yeah.
You know, with Spider-Man.
I wouldn't say running out of ideas. It's just, I think it's just because there's so many stories of Spider-Man that haven't been on screen, which is kind of cool, but at the same time is how you go about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, yeah, it's just tough because honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Supergirl actually was more successful because it's, first of all, I mean, besides in the Flash movie, that was the only appearance of Supergirl live action, she was pretty cool, but like, there wasn't much depth in her character, which sucks. But like now we finally get the opportunity, James Gunn gets the opportunity to actually show audiences a full, like, more depth of the character that just popped up for like a little bit in the actual Superman movie, which I'm very excited for. I talked about this in the very first episode, you know, how realistic is gonna go about it, how like a traumatized Supergirl lives her life, like a super traumatized, and she takes all that trauma and puts it all in a bottle and just tries to drink it away.
Yeah, and it's just it's a very simplistic but natural approach to the character. I've been noticing a lot more directors and a lot more actors are taking very toned down approaches to roles lately because we're again coming into an age where we're looking for relatable content. We're looking for, you know, people actually relating to a character or finding themselves in the realm of that character. And so I think that's a very important aspect to be had, especially when we're on the cusp of another generation coming into this world that we're in. Any other thoughts on that, you guys?
I'm just excited for Punisher to be on live screen on the actual like big screen this time.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, I mean, because it's pretty. I'm a really big John Bernthal fan. You know what I mean? And I am kind of concerned because I feel like they're gonna water him down because I bet you it's gonna be a PG-13 film. You know what I mean? and like a lot of people who are big fans of the Punisher, like they're very like obviously it's very rated R, very very like dark and very like raw. And that's the thing I'm kind of on the fence about with this one. I mean, I'm just kind of worried they might water him down, but who knows? Who knows?
That's what a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah.
Do too much of literally anything or like.
Yep.
You
What
mean,
was it?
what was it?
We were watching Happy Gilmore 2, me and Jose, and they like you could tell Adam Sandler knew he had like a specific amount of time to not say or do anything.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't you see it?
I did see it, but I didn't
Like
really.
I don't know, like the rest of the movie I was like, oh, it's like Adam Sandler had more freedom, but like the first maybe 25 to 30 minutes it was like very carefully played. But that's what I got from.
Carefully played.
It's so, thank you for bringing that up, Jesstina. It's because we're in an age where society is so sensitive.
Yeah.
And so we can't crack jokes like we used to. We can't, we could say one thing, that might be funny to a friend, but if somebody were to like pass by and hear that, they would take offense to that. So we just have to be very cautious and careful these days, which is very frustrating because everybody's so fragile. Everybody's just, they gotta stick up their butt, basically.
A bunch of people take a bunch of shit out of context.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
And like, I'm currently co-directing a show right now, called Angels in America. Which is based on the AIDS crisis in the 80s. And the 80s versus society today.
Oh, yeah. No.
Completely different. Completely different.
Oh,
yeah. Just people weren't, as uptight then. Like, yes, regarding like homosexuality and stuff like that, people were like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
And then whereas that aspect today, it's like, no, like people fight for, homosexuality and it's more open. But in terms of like, friendliness and, striving for something that's quote unquote humorous, everybody could take offense to that. And so the director that I'm working with to bring this vision to life for this show, she's constantly worried, like, oh, is she going to get fired? Is she going to... are people going to complain about the show? And I literally told her one day, I was like, fuck what everybody else says. It's very important that we continue to bring this stuff up today because we can't shut that kind of content out because that's a part of our history. And if we lose touch of that, it's going to repeat itself or we're going to just go back to having problems.
And if I don't know if I'm wrong for saying this, but whenever you guys are developing a new show, whether it's at where you're at, every time you pick a show, it kind of relates to or reflects on society now in a way. I don't know how to explain it. It's like is that like a driving factor of your decision on picking certain shows to put on stage because it relates or it symbolizes like society today or like. Do you get what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, and I appreciate you bringing that up. I think it depends on the director. Not every show that I co-direct or work on necessarily has to do with society like today. It could be that we're putting on a show that happens to be popular on Broadway at the time.
Yeah.
Or... it could be like something that it's like, oh, like I think we should, put this on, just out of like plain entertainment.
Yeah.
But there has been like a show here and there that the directors are like, no, this is what's happening in today's society. Like, say, for example, like what's happening in the Middle East.
And that's why we want to tell this story.
Yeah. And so a couple summers ago, we had a Jesus Christ Superstar. Because of what was going on. And then, like, as of right now, with our current president and society, specifically America, losing a lot of rights and stuff, and the LGBTQ plus community feeling not as free as they used to before this current president, And so that's part of why the director was like, no, we need to put this on and we need to talk about this now, because when will there be an opportunity to put this on and talk about what has happened? We might not have that opportunity. They're banning books again, and they're trying to,
really?
Yeah. And we've only had a same-sex marriage legal in the U.S. for about 10 years now.
And they're trying to take it away again. So.
Yeah. And so putting on a show like Angels in America just brings to light, how important, the LGBTQ plus community is, and how human, those people are as well. And it's so frustrating when people don't treat them as equals and whatnot. And so I'm really grateful for this opportunity to put this show on and help the director tell the story, but also make sure that not to be worried about, what other people are going to think. Because if we feel that it's right to tell this story, then the story should be told. It should be worth telling. Speaking of LGBTQ plus community, let's talk about Lady Gaga. She's had quite the summer, quite the year thus far. Anything you want to bring up regarding her, Jesstina?
Well, she was just at the premiere for the second part of season 2 for Wednesday. Everybody's like stoked right now. And then to have Tim Burton direct your music video, I don't think he's ever done. I don't think he's ever done a music video. So this would be something kind of interesting to see, because he does direct in a very certain way. So it'd be crazy to see from like a show or film than to like just a music video.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Martin Scorsese did a Chanel cologne with Timothy Chalamet.
He did a commercial? Oh, I remember that. That's pretty recent, too.
Yeah, with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool commercial, too. And I thought it was so profound, because obviously it's like you're going to, say like who's starring in the project, who's directing the project. So when the commercial was airing, I think it was a Super Bowl commercial, too. When the commercial was airing and it's like starring Timothy Chalamet, directed by Martin Scorsese, I was like, whoa. I was like, that is a big name for something so small, like a commercial.
I think Scorsese's up for an Emmy too.
Yeah.
For the studio.
Yeah. Which a really good show. I enjoy watching it. But back to Lady Gaga, yeah, she's been back to back, like touring, squeezing in time to, be on Wednesday, work with Tim Burton on that music video, and co-create a new song with him. Which is called Dead Dance, by the way, for those that don't know. It's a song that will be featured in Wednesday, and then it will be premiering solo along with the premiere of the second act of season 2, September 3rd. And she featured a snippet of this song when she just collabed with Roblox Dress to Impress about a week ago. So for those that don't know, Lady Gaga collaborated with the creators of Dress to Impress on Roblox, and she did this massive update featuring outfits and songs based off of her new album, Mayhem. That came out this year, and along with that, she physically was playing the game, and so people that were playing the game when she hopped on got to, see her or like talk to her, ask questions. And so I got to explore that because I'm a pretty avid Dress to Impress player. And I didn't understand it at first when she was doing this one bit, but when she was talking about Dead Dance, she expressed a lyric from the song, and she kind of hyped us up in anticipation for the song to come out. And so me being a pretty big Lady Gaga fan, I was just really excited to play the same game as her and get a chance to, interact with her and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I just think the fact that she was able to squeeze that in, just playing a game while on tour, like that's pretty impressive. Yeah, she's booked and busy. I think she only played for like maybe an hour or so, but still, like, to be able to dedicate that time. Yeah. Um, Anything else you guys want to elaborate on regarding Lady Gaga, LGBT, or anything?
With Roblox, that's kind of crazy.
Roblox, yeah. Roblox.
Because I heard a lot of like bad things about it, like how people use it.
What have you heard about Roblox?
It's because I think Jose was telling me that they want to shut down Roblox.
Really?
A lot of predators that are on there targeting little children.
Wow.
Which is like, duh, that can happen anywhere. But I guess it's mostly happening
On
Roblox. A lot of, I mean, I don't know how many parents are always monitoring their kids, but I mean, sometimes you just can't because you're busy, you're doing stuff.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Kim K's son found her sex tape.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too.
That whole Kim K.
I mean, they're gonna be bound to find it at some point.
Yeah.
Like how your mom got freaking famous. Like it's not a secret.
Other than that, I love Roblox. I've been playing on it for years. I've never encountered any problems like that, but it's also too kids these days. This younger generation, you guys, is crazy. You got those Sephora kids. You've got those, iPad kids.
The skincare kids that literally don't even need retinol at like 12.
Yeah. And just kind of like passive aggressive. Like gentle parenting to the max, you guys.
Hell no, I'm not doing that.
And ain't nobody trying to bring out the belt or anything, but it's like, like lock down, being just a little stricter. Yeah, being a little more stern.
It's like kids aren't being kids anymore. They want to start growing up in like middle school, and it's like,
I think it's just,
don't want to.
I think it's like social media influencers now
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, it's so glamorized now, and obviously, I'm not surprised about that. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, an OnlyFans model practically makes just as much as LeBron James.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think 83 million, right?
Yeah, like, her name's like Sophie Rome or something.
Yeah, I don't give a shit, but like, sorry to people who like that.
Yeah.
But somebody was like, but they don't get taxed for that.
No.
Should be getting taxed.
No.
They don't get taxed on OnlyFans?
No. The money is all yours.
Well, I'm assuming if you're making like as much as the top like 1% of people, you need to be getting taxed too.
Well, I'm assuming. Well, I'm assuming you have to give like a big chunk to OnlyFans as well, right?
No. Speaking from experience, because I do have an OnlyFans account. I haven't used it in some years, but you don't give anything to the company. It's just this platform that you put.
We're not laughing at you.
Sorry, we're not laughing.
We're laughing at Jose working tech today because he had a response.
Our engineer in the back.
Our engineer was unaware of the fact that Reginald Whigham, have a OnlyFans account.
Dude.
But back to what Michael said. No, you don't get taxed.
I didn't know
you
that.
don't.
I thought you get taxed.
You don't give a portion of your money to OnlyFans. That might have changed since I've posted content on OnlyFans, but as from my experience, no. Like, you get 100% of the funds, and you don't have to tax it or give any of it to anybody or anything. The money is all yours. People that are paying people that are paying to see your content, that money goes completely to you.
And I'm also worried about like kids' generation, especially if their moms are OnlyFans moms. Here's the thing. This is my opinion. Here's the thing. Do what you want to do. If you want to be in OnlyFans, that's your business. You're a grown-ass woman. But if you're going to have kids, dude, that's going to take a very big... despite...
I feel like don't have kids then.
Yeah, if you're gonna do OnlyFans to be like have it as a career, you can have kids. It's your right. It's your choice. But at the same time, that is not a good idea to have kids because, dude, especially kids today, they will go ham on you. Like the kids will bully the shit out of your kid. Like, you can't say nothing.
Yeah. There's like this OnlyFans girl and her brother. She has a brother, and they did like a podcast together, and like he said how he gets really bullied and stuff just because she's an OnlyFans creator. Like,
wow.
Basically, that's, you know what's funny? Basically, that kid, I feel like he can't have any opinion on anything now.
yeah, he really can't.
Because if he says something and it upsets another person in the room, they're gonna automatically do the OnlyFans sister card. Like, imagine like he's like this dude talking all greasy to him, and he's getting upset about it. Like, hey, I'm gonna fuck you up. Oh, really? Is this your sister? Like, you say about fucking me up. I don't think this dude's fucking your sister up. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I can also touch on that too, because I do follow a couple that creates content, and they create content in like threesomes and different types of pairings.
Yeah.
And they profit off of it. You know, it makes money. Probably pays their rent. I don't know. But where I work, I encountered this couple as customers very recently, and I was, first of all, in awe. I was like, because to me, like celebrities, local celebrities, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly who they are, because the guy specifically has a very unmistakable look. You know, he's got specific tattoos. I think he has dermal piercings, and he has a very distinct look. And so I was like, oh my gosh, local celebrities. But they were with their kid, and I didn't know they had a kid. So in my head, I was immediately like, customer service, you know, treat every customer exactly the same. And I, you know, I provided, you know, their food for them, as if they were just regular customers. But in my head the entire time, I was like, wow. And then I could just tell based on their demeanor and like their aura, what have you, while they were there with their kid, like it's a very different lifestyle when you're raising your kid versus like when you make time to create your content. You know, it's never skewing between the two. And I love that for them, because it's like, okay, this is my job, this is my personal life, you know, and I'm not going to mix the two.
But I'm gonna be honest, and like once that kid gets older, it's bound to clash.
It's bound to happen, but for all we know, maybe they talk to their kid and it's like, hey, this is what, you know, daddy and mommy do for work. And one day you might come across this stuff. So we're just letting you know, like, hey, like, caution, you know, but feel free to, you know, ask us questions or anything. You know, I'm sure it's probably an open book in some way, shape, or form. You know, we got to wrap it up, you guys, but I just want to say thank you, Jesstina and Michael, for having me as your host for today's podcast. This was actually pretty eventful and fun. And yeah, any closing statements from you guys?
I like sitting here because I can kick my feet.
Jesstina likes being in the middle, so we'll make sure that happens next time.
Props to being short.
Thank you guys again for having me, and my lovely guests here today. And yeah, this is Singers, Nerds, and Homies. And make sure to check us out with our other episodes and stay tuned for further updates. And we will catch you guys next time.